Ah, you know, I think it's strange I'm the only person that really has talked about or pointed to Adam Aron being directly involved in everything that's happened this year. Um, and it's not, you look at GME too, it's the same situation. You had two very old CEOs that honestly should be retired. They are so far back beyond any sort of technology gap in the generations that they had a great plan, but most likely had no idea that there was an application that people could just be sitting on their couch and download and just a couple clicks start trading in the stock market. And I don't think they realized that shit. Um, Company bankruptcies happen all the time, and you can equate it to insurance fraud, like burning down a building and claiming arson and getting insurance money for it. These guys do that. And if you look at AMC and have been, if you've actually looked at it since Adam Aron's been there, I spoke about this briefly before, it's been a dying company. It has been losing money for like 5 straight years. And it's at the end of its lifespan. The best play would have been to, bankrupt it. They're too old to come up with any sort of turnaround for the company because they don't understand the generation. They don't understand technology. They don't understand where things are going. They're at the end of their life and they don't get it. They don't know what to do. The smartest thing that the CEO of GME did was step the fuck down. Step down. These guys assumed enough control to be on the board and be of significant importance and get those guys out of there. And GameStop, much like Keith Gill, we both saw the same thing. It had nothing to do with, for me, it had nothing to do with shorting or anything. It was the fact that if you, my generation, if you were a gamer, you understand how important Babbage's, Electronics Boutique, GameStop, all of that was. That's a staple of your childhood, even into your adult years, but the generations after you, even more so. Um, GameStop is the name in gaming. It's the name. And the name is what would not die and would not bankrupt. It could have been pushed low like it was, but somebody was going to snatch that name up. Somebody was going to pay for the name of GameStop, even if it meant rebranding the company, which is what it needed. Um, I have a whole entire fucking, I think it's like a 6 paragraph post on Facebook from like 2 years ago, whenever it was at, very, very, very low price, under $5. And, um, that was my assessment of it, knowing what I know and knowing where the future's going, knowing how big gaming has become in general, that somebody had an opportunity to very, very cheaply buy this company and turn it around. And you're just buying the name, even to rebrand it. Even if you change the name, people would know this is GameStop. And that's the smartest thing that CEO did, was get the fuck out of town. Because if him, Adam Aron, and company came up with a plan involving hedge funds, which they do. Here's this contractual agreement. Go ahead, short the fuck out of my company. I don't care. I want, 15%, 20%, 30%, something like that of the gains you make. And then the bankruptcy will be smooth. There will be no investigation. There'll be none of that shit. It'll be dead. You make a lot of money. I at least get something, as opposed to having 100% of nothing because the company has done nothing but die and not generate revenue. Um, this shit happens all the time. And GameStop was in a similar situation. A bunch of old guys on a board know nothing about, the generation of gaming, technology as it's evolving. They don't care. They're not paying attention. GameStop has been the fucking same thing since it's been around. It has not changed at all. Um, and that's a problem. And especially when you have very old men running these things. And I think that that's what they did. I really am starting to believe, even more so now, that that was their ploy. They were going to bankrupt the fuck out of this thing and use hedge funds as their partner and then collect a percentage of what they gain by just allowing them to freely do it, and no one would be in their way. And then we stepped in. Retail investors stepped in, something they did not see coming. None of them. And fucked up their entire game plan. Adam Aron's done nothing but continue to say, oh, retail owns 80% of the float. And he said that same thing since March since March. Why can you not give us an exact number? You can give us an exact number. You can. Well, he can't say it's 100. If he says it's 100, then he's in trouble. How? How? Yeah, and keep reading Reddit. Yeah, he can't say that. Sure he can. Um, we own the fucking company pretty much. He can damn sure tell us whatever the fuck we want to know, and that's the problem, And they didn't see us coming, and that's really what kind of screwed this up for them. But Aron, he's stuck around. He's trying to turn around and make it still a company that he saved. I guess one more notch on his belt before he retires. That I saved this company to give me my trophy, whatever. But he didn't do a fucking thing. If it wasn't for us, it'd be fucked. But it's not. It's you got to put these pieces of the puzzle together. Like when he had shares and was being able to issue shares, the stock does great. When he's able to make money, when he's able to profit from what's going on, everything's good, everything's kosher, everything's looking up. Um, and then, GameStop releases their earnings and talks about the SEC stepping in to do an investigation at the end of May into GameStop and other companies, which you have to assume AMC is on that list. And then all of a sudden, less than a week later, this thing blows up. Like people needed to wash their hands of some shit that they were doing. Um, Maybe that may not be the case, but it's like a week later that happens. But then he moves the shareholder meeting back for no reason, none. There was no reason to do that, but he did. And then he finds out early on, we're not giving him those shares. Why the fuck would we do that? You've literally issued shares without warning that fucked us twice already with what we're trying to accomplish here. I think it's very funny that Wanda decided this was the year they were going to get out, but they kept 10,000 shares. Out of the millions they got rid of, they kept 10,000. Why would you do that unless you know something's coming because someone has control over this? Someone is doing something in this, and you know what's going on. You're keen. You're in the plan. You know what's up. And as soon as he finds out he's not getting those shares, we're not giving them to you. Fuck no. You're not doing that again. The price starts to decline significantly until we get to the shareholder meeting. We get to the shareholder meeting. We get all this news, blah, 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 blah. And then he says, yeah, y'all aren't giving me my shares, but I'm just going to let you know that I'm going to make money off shares anyway. I'm turning this over to someone else. They're going to sell my shares whenever they want to. All of a sudden, price starts going up again. And I said that before when I touched on this briefly, that Aron has no way to make money in this. So that's why it's dying. He's part of it being held down at this low point. And until he can make money again, until he can get more shares, this price isn't going to go up. And then, of course, shareholder meeting comes out. He has a way to profit off this. He just so happened to gift shares to his kids that could profit off it. Insiders, people that work with him and for him, have been selling this thing off all year, even though it's been going up. Why would you fucking do that? Like if this is a big gigantic opportunity for a squeeze and shit, and you've already seen it do this thing that's blown up, why are you continually selling off shit? It's the pieces of the puzzle are right there. They're right there. At least the border. He got the border done and most of the middle. There's a couple that are still missing that we probably never will get. Kid lost it or dog ate one. I don't know. But it makes sense. It does. It makes sense. And I find it funny that he happened to mention Bitcoin, which I have believed since, April and May has had a strong, strong correlation between it going up and the price of AMC and other meme stocks going down. And then when it's going down, these things are going up. It's almost like he has an opportunity to make money every way, because I know he's invested in Bitcoin, especially if he's going to be accepting it. He has a bunch of it. And I'm sure he was one of the first people who had someone on his team that manages his finances say, hey, I'm taking $1 million, I'm putting it into these cryptos. Okay, cool. That's who runs those shows over there. They use crypto in some of the most nefarious ways to gain money just easily. And like I said, I'm looking into this shit that Gary was talking about, where they're using crypto as literal securities. They're like using it as a security. I don't know how, and I don't know exactly what he meant by that, but I'm trying to find out. Excuse me. But yeah, you just really got to look at this. Like, take a step back and just look at it. I really, really believe Aron has a hand in this entire fucking thing. In this entire thing. Um, Because so much shit just doesn't make sense. Like, as a CEO of a company, you can't figure out all this information about your own stocks. I mean, knowing that there is an investigation going on in GameStop and has been since May, you can just only assume AMC has the same thing going on. So, yeah, maybe certain things can't be said. And of course, there's a chance that this is wrong and it's just, malicious shorting because the evidence is obviously there that that's what these guys do. Citadel and all of them, this is what they do. This is how they make money. It's just by shorting fucking companies and finding, dying stars and snuffing them out. So it could just be that too. It could be. But, it's just everything about AMC and its price action corresponds with Aron having a key pivotal role in this fucking thing. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But could blow up. I don't know. It's signaling that we're coming to the end of this cycle, this part of the cycle. That we're coming to the end of that. It may be more close to like here is where it's at, so it may be a shorter cycle to get into this next little move up and then a little bit down and then to the May area that we're looking for, because this has been a lot of green days in this fucking cycle, and I mean it may go up, it might blow up a bit and may not turn red, but it's looking like tomorrow it is going to. And then we got a little Bitcoin. What are you doing? Yeah, getting knocked down, doing the old half-half action again. So it may be resetting here, starting back up from what it did last week, and AMC may be going higher. It may be going back into the 50s. It may be doing the 45 to 60 thing for a little bit, and then settles down in between 40 and 50 until we get into the May cycle. And then it starts, really running up. We'll see. It's all connected. I fucking promise it is. This doesn't look like it's going to go back over 48.4 and make a leg up. It may. It might. But it looks like it may be doing its half-half move. It's about to settle in maybe around here somewhere and then take another dive. Or it's going to move up and it will be making that 48.4 break. Possibly heading upward, but just something to keep an eye on, pay attention to. But enough of that. Hopefully my wealthier viewers caught my videos, and hopefully you guys got in on this, man. I would have made thousands of dollars on this play today. Thousands, man. It is a day trader's dream. It's a fucking dream. It's not, there's not a bunch of short slams down to fuck anything up. It's mostly smooth upward waves. I would have made a bunch of money just here in the morning, running up here. I would have bought in again here, let it run up, and fucking probably got out here. And then maybe not. I probably, if I would have got it, I might have got in here and then rode it up to here, held the call, bought some puts, because that's when it looked like this may be making a breakdown. Typically, like I said, whenever you have a move, if it's going down and then it hits a horizon on the MACD, it's going to go down even further. If it's going up and it hits a horizon, like if it's going upward and then hits the fucking little horizon, it's usually going to be making another move upward. Normal shit that's going on. Yeah, and then I would have bought my puts here, held that last call I got, and then as soon as it started tanking, I would have fucking just, made bank on them puts there. Like, these are dollar moves, like dollars. That's good shit. Like, you want that. Just in that short period of time, that just makes your contracts so much more lucrative. And then even the rest of the day after that, probably would have watched it, bought another call somewhere around here where it looked like it was getting ready to end the horizon and step back up. Then just held it, probably held it for the rest of the day till the end of the day. And, while it went up, it was either going to go back down and then I'd take a little bit of profit, be done, or do this and at the end of the day be able to take some profit on it. Oh, man. IRNT2, just another one. We're fucking thousands to make today. Thousands. And these are my favorite because this is where whatever they're doing, I mean, it tells you what it's going to do. It fucking tells you what it's about to do. All the symmetry throughout this fucking stock today. All over the place. Just telling you what it was going to do. And this shit, like fucking 36 up to 46, $10 move right there. God, if you bought in here and held it for less than like an hour, oh, thousands of dollars. Just thousands you could have made if you had the money. And then I wouldn't even have played puts on this except maybe here because this is when the big symmetry looked like it was coming. Would have played this call, fucking hit this rip, got out on the rip because that's significant gains there when it moves up that quick. But when I saw this, like when that came, I probably would have bought some puts because that's signaling that this move up is about to have the same move down. You see that this is starting to make the same pattern. That's a symmetrical pattern. Fucking shit. Oh, I hope some of you guys are out there raking in dough on this. Again, I know it's difficult for some if you don't, day trade. If a lot of you just, this is more of a side thing for you. You just have the money to toss in there and hope it has a good day or a few days or a week and then you check it or whatever. But my God, dude, if you were day trading in these stocks like this and you had a couple grand in your account that you could do what you wanted with, shit. Oh my God, dude, you'd have probably between those two, I'd say if you had 5 grand to play with, you would easily be between like probably 15, 20 grand today. Probably. Most likely if you played all this shit correctly. Fuck. So again, those are just for you guys, for my wealthy reviewers, because I couldn't afford to be in either one of those fucking things. And that is very, very heartbreaking. It really is. Are they killing SDC yet? Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to see. I was hoping it was I literally made a video and I didn't post it, but I was hoping that I was gonna say I hope I see a move towards 7. I hope this thing starts making its break towards 7. It'll probably get kicked down, but still, seeing that is still a good thing. All of my SDCs are green right now, which is great. I still ended negative $4 on the day. I was up 94, but that's not my plan. You have to have a plan, a profit plan, stick to your profit plan. I like to make, if I can make $150 to $200 3 times a week, like I'm good. Minimum of 2, but 3 times. But now I'm playing fucking catch up, trying to get the money into my brokerage account to be able to play those day trades, which fucking sucks and makes this way more difficult. But I mean, I was green overall on the day. I took some last minute gambles at the very last minute on some stocks that expire tomorrow. It's literally just an overnight gamble, hoping to see a quick 20 to 40% gain in the morning on it and can get out, which is what drove it down to -4 on the day. But still, kind of getting back to my trading roots where, I need to look at my portfolio and let it work like a stock does, go up and go down and go up and go down. It started out the day like -$30 and then, went up from there and charged up to like 94 and then back down and then up and then back down and doing its thing. So you got to let these things ride sometimes. You just do. I'm not pulling out of my positions for, $100 unless it's like a hard 100. Like it was tough for it to get there. And it's probably not going to get any more gains in it, but we'll see what happens with all this shit. Yeah, you just got to have that plan. You got to have that plan. You got to stick to that plan. I know they're fucking killing BBIG. But again, this is why I'm in it long term. And it's, sticking around its lows. Fucking in the 7s and the low 8s and shit. So I would imagine sometime, at least by next week, I have some for October, definitely by October, it should see another jump up. It should. We'll see. We'll see. They're fucking with this hard. But even then, I still most likely, maybe if this has my positions under neutral, some of them are, but not by much. If it's significantly under, I may close them. Uh, but I don't want to risk, wasting a day trade. If it's close to neutral and it's just a little under and it's at its near its lowest lows that it's been hanging out at for weeks, usually just let it ride. Don't waste a day trade. Don't close out and open a brand new position with all of it. Just open a new position at the new low and ride it up and negate those losses with a new position that's riding up and making profit. And then hopefully that one catches back up to itself and goes green again. Um, that's a day trading plan. You don't want to use day trade unless you have to. You don't want to unless you have to. And it needs to be a good play. It needs to be a profitable play. It needs to be like a run that's coming that you can jump in and fucking ride the wave for a minute or two and make sick gains and get out. Like, that's what you want to burn a day trade on. Oh, so Catapult still riding the waves. Oh, okay, all right. And I'm not even in Catapult anymore. I had to get rid of my positions. Like I said, consolidate everything. It sucks. But I was hoping, I don't want to say I was hoping, but I really thought it was going to go down to the fives and I was going to open some new positions when it was in the fives. We'll see. See what that bad boy does. Oh, you motherfuckers. God damn it. I was on the buy button today, too. Oh, I was on the buy button here while it was riding this little barcode wave. And it hit this gap, and I didn't buy. I was like, shit. It's probably just going to move up like it did here and then fucking get knocked down to 102, 101. Fuck. Oh, I completely left AMD out of my head today. Oh, that would have been a good game. That would have been a good play. Fuck. That's all right. And I hate this, like 105, 106. I fucking can't stand an AMD. It's like the worst place to get in at. It just is. It's the worst fucking place. This thing has been bouncing between 1 and 110 like I figured it would. It hasn't been able to make that break over 110 yet and like stabilize itself. So there's a lot of fucking people saying it should be in the 90s. It's going to go into the 90s. I don't think so. Its earnings report pushed this bitch way higher. It's still significantly shorted. These guys are going to have to keep returning shorts. Could it dip into the 90s? Sure, maybe. Anything's possible, but I really believe 100 is a very strong support level that I don't think this thing's going to break back down under unless there's some sort of collapse in the market or whatever. AMD is doing nothing but great work, fucking putting their chips in cell phones and shit now and focusing on their GPUs, and they're doing really, really well. Very great company. So, but I need a new entry point. And that is not it. That is not the one I'm looking for. But yeah, I hope you guys are crushing it. And I'm going to keep trying to find more little plays, shit like this that you can put a couple bucks in for, people in. Hopefully you're not in my position. I hope to God you're not in my position, but maybe if you're just trading with a little bit of side money or something that you have and you don't really have a big account, you can find some of these little plays and put a few shekels up in that, some contracts, whatever, let it sit and hopefully get a nice move somewhere along the way. It's a very low risk, potentially great reward scenario, very much like Catapult is. Very low risk, potential fucking high reward. So yeah, all that bullshit being said, I am out, I believe. I don't think there's anything else I really needed to touch on or go over. I don't think. That's not AMC. Yeah, let's see what this does. I'll keep my eyes on Bitcoin. If I don't make another video tonight, I'll do my best to make another one in the morning. I'm going to try to do another like pre-market style video if I can. If I got time. We'll see. All right. I am out.